Hello, ka-seniors! Today we are inside the walls of Intramuros. Do you know that inside these walls there used to be 7 grand churches? But unfortunately during Second World War, 5 of them were destroyed and did not survive, only 2 survived the war. And today we'll be exploring those 7 churches or what's left of them. So join me as we explore Intramuros, the 7 churches of Intramuros on foot. Let's go! Right dito sa loob ng Intramuros. It's now pedestrian free, and today we'll be exploring the 7 churches of Intramuros. We'll be going to the places where these churches used to be located before, and we're also going to show you some of the improvements of those churches that stood were able to survive the bombing of the war. So we are now here in front of the San Agustin Church. Our exploration of the 7 churches of Intramuros will start here. So Intramuros started the construction of the walls in 1571, and for 350 years, Intramuros was Manila. So this is the center of government as well as the religious sector of the Spanish colonial government. So within the wall, they built massive, beautiful churches that became the centers of different religious congregations, from Augustinian, like in the back, to the Jesuits of Ateneo, the Dominicans, the Recollects, the Franciscan, and many other religious congregations. So these churches inside the wall became their headquarters, their center. So they also built massive conventos inside this wall. So for many years, many centuries, this became their center of spreading the Catholic religion around the Philippines. Unfortunately, during the Second World War, since this is the center of Manila, center of the Philippines, it suffered during the bombing of the Japanese in December 1941, as well as liberation of Manila in 1945. So 6 out of the 7 churches were badly damaged. Only this one survived the war. And only 1 church was reconstructed. This is the Manila Cathedral. The 5 other churches, San Ignacio, San Nicolas, San Francisco, Lourdes, and what's the other church? They did not survive the war, and they did not survive reconstruction. They were left to ruins, and nowadays they were replaced by new buildings. So that's what we are going to visit today. So let's go. So welcome to our first church, the San Agustin Church. This is the oldest church in the Philippines. It was built around 1607, I think, and it survived the Second World War. It's actually the only church that survived World War II. It was spared because there used to be a Red Cross marker on top of the tower. So it's also a World Heritage Site of UNESCO, one of the 4 Baroque churches of the Philippines. So yung harapan na yan, that's the marker for UNESCO. So this is the church now. There used to be two towers, but one on the Lepos Dam is built by an earthquake around 1880.
Barbarang, paano kayo? Ayun na yung Barbarang.
We are now at the old San Ignacio Church. This one, it is now the Museo de Intramuros, used to be the convent of the San Ignacio Church, and then on the right side is the church itself. Let's see if it's still open. Church of San Ignacio, 1878 to 1945. So, pinuntahan natin ng Museo ng Turismo ang bagong nag-occupy ngayon sa San Ignacio Church, but medyo sinarado na muli after opening. May naayos pa raw maintenance. So balikan lang natin siya sa susunod na araw. San Ignacio is part of the Jesuits Ateneo. So, itong lugar nito ang dating Ateneo. katabi lang simbahan ng San Ignacio. Yan, sa kanan is used to be Ateneo School of Manila. Ito yung Ateneo, not sure. Ito yung katabi ng San Ignacio. So next church natin is the Lourdes Church. Ang sabi dyan daw sa Silais, dating location ng Lourdes Church. So kalinyan lang siya ng itong kalsada nito na connecting Manila Cathedral, San Agustin, and then Lourdes Church. Ito yata sa Silais. Tingnan natin. This is the location of the Lourdes Church na nasira during 1945 World War II. So this is the location of the old Church of Our Lady of Lourdes. Beside the Church of Our Lady of Lourdes once stood from 1891 to 1945. Next church natin is San Nicolas de Tolentino. Ito ro ngayon ang kinatatayuan ng Manila Bulletin. I believe this one's already Manila Bulletin. So this would probably be the location of the old San Nicolas de Tolentino Church, where Manila Bulletin is now located. The Tolentino Church, now Manila Bulletin. Location of San Nicolas de Tolentino Church, now Manila Bulletin. Beside the Church of San Nicolas, one stood from 1608 to 1945. Then may historical marker, the Recoletos Church. So we are climbing Baluarte de San Francisco de Lao to get a better view of our next church, which is the Church of San Francisco. So it was once located dito inside the campus of Mapua. So on the left Actually, it's the location of the Church of San Francisco. There used to be the San Francisco Church and the chapel. So two churches yan. They were both destroyed during Second World War. And this used to be the location of San Francisco Church. Right here, I believe. So we are now walking the Baluarte de San Francisco. So on my left side, this used to be the location of the San Francisco Church. Kaso wala na siya. There used to be two churches, a church here and a chapel over there. But they were both destroyed during Second World War II, during the liberation of Manila. So right now, what we see right now is the campus of Mapua that replaced the damaged, the destroyed churches of San Francisco. So we are now walking at the Baluarte de San Francisco. There's a new chapel where the old chapel of San Francisco once stood. This is the new chapel of San Francisco. That's the marker site of San Francisco Church. We are now here at the place where Santo Domingo Church used to be located. This is the location of the University of Santo Tomas. Right here. This used to be the school, the campus. And right in front, where BPI is located, is where the Santo Domingo Church once stood. BPI Santo Domingo Church once stood from 1588 to 1941. So it was damaged during the bombing of the Japanese. 1941. Old location of Santo Domingo Church. Santo Domingo Church and then University of Santo Tomas, the old UST. The buildings around this area. Yes. Philip of Spain in front of Santo Domingo Church. I think Philip is where the Philippine got its name. The monument of Father Benavides. So I believe this is where University of Santo Tomas is to be located. It's now PF condominium. It still is the oldest university in Asia, having been established in 1611. UST, and in front is the Santo Domingo Church, now BPI. Our 7 Church, the biggest and the grandest of them all, the main church of the Philippines, the Manila Cathedral. We are now here and we're passing through Plaza Roma. Right in front you'll be seeing a lot of calesas, and on the left is the Manila Cathedral. So here is the Manila Cathedral right in front of Plaza Roma. On the left used to be the tower, but now this is the new tower. The tower fell down in 1880. And this is the new tower. The new bell tower.
Yes po, yes po. Tayo.
History of the Manila Cathedral, 1871. This is the old tower. It was destroyed during the earthquake. This is what happened during the war in 1945. Hi folks, we just finished Manila Cathedral and I guess we have to end our vlog here. We're very happy that we were able to go around the 7 churches of Intramuros. These are the 7 grandest churches, but only 2 of them survived the Second World War. We started with the San Agustin Church, the only church that was left untouched during Second World War. This is the oldest church in the Philippines, having been constructed from 1604. And then it is now part of the World Heritage Site of Baroque Churches of the Philippines. We then proceeded to the San Ignacio Church at the Jesuit District. This is now the convent is now Museo de Intramuros, and the church has now been converted into a tourism office. Unfortunately, we were not able to go inside the tourism office because of the work still ongoing. Soon we will be able to go around. We then walked to the Lourdes Church. This is now a souvenir center. Inside the church is actually Ilustrado, which was also part of the Lourdes Church. And then after Lourdes Church, we proceeded to the Manila Bulletin site, where the San Nicolas de Tolentino Church once stood. This was one of the heavily damaged churches inside the Intramuros, but now the Manila Bulletin office and printing press occupies the old churchyard. And then we walked to Mapua, where the San Francisco Church, the main church and the chapel are located. We were able to see a new chapel dedicated to San Francisco. After that, we walked to the Santo Domingo site, which is now being occupied by the Bank of Philippine Island and the old University of Santo Tomas, and Convento is now being occupied by BF Comdingen. And then finally, we were able to go inside the Manila Cathedral. This is the grandest among the churches, also built during the 1600s. It has been destroyed, damaged many times. They said almost 8 times, but it continued to spring back to life. This is now the latest iteration of the church after being heavily damaged during the Second World War. We're also very happy that we were able to go inside the Manila Cathedral and see some of the images inside the church, some of the heritage exhibits, and some of the new developments that were and some of the structures that were damaged but now have been reconstructed. So with that, I'd like to thank you very much for watching this vlog. Please, I also would like to thank Nostalgia Manila for the old photos of the 7 churches of Intramuros. With that, thank you very much for watching. Until our next vlog, see you soon.